Yeah. I'm the business bishop, on a mission so divine. Coaching up the kingdom, watch your glory start to shine. Step into your purpose, let ambition be your guide. Grow your greatness high with faith right by your side. In the marketplace, calling me the angels sing. You cannot lose when faith meets the grind. Stand up, take action, leave the fear behind. With a vision so strong, there's no way you fail. The kingdom is your canvas, let your spirit sail. Bishop Wayne's in your corner, together we'll break through. Victory's a choice and today you're gonna choose. Living out your dreams, ain't no time for second best. Fulfill your destiny, put your limits to the test. Break those chains, rise up, find your flow. You cannot lose when faith meets the grind. Stand up, take action, leave the fear behind. With a vision so strong, there's no way you fail. The kingdom is your canvas, let your spirit sail. When the marketplace call it, in the marketplace call it. In your corner, together we'll break through. Victory's a choice, and today you're gonna choose. Living out your dreams, ain't no time for second best. Fulfill your destiny, put your limits to the test. Break those chains, rise up, find your flow. Find your flow. You cannot lose when faith meets the grind. Stand up, take action, leave the fear behind. With a vision so strong, there's no way you fail. The kingdom is your canvas, let your spirit sail. Rise up, business bishop, let your victory roar. Coaching for the kingdom, you're destined for more. Rise up, business bishop, let your victory roar. Coaching for the kingdom, you're destined for more.
I'm standing tall, no fear in my soul. With faith as my armor, I'm ready to roll. Every challenge I face, I'll conquer with might. With God by my side, I'm shining so bright. I'll rise in the fight, I'm bold and I know God's got my back, I'm never alone. Grace is my weapon, my spirit has grown. Supernatural power, my heart in the zone. With faith in my journey, I'm carving my throne. Through the storms and the trials, I'll never back.
Wow and wow, good people. God bless you, and welcome to another session with me, your host, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, the business bishop, and I'm always excited and delighted to be a part of your life and legacy through this ministry. I am celebrating each and every one of you that's joining us live, so congratulations and welcome aboard. And for those of you that are catching the replays, love you so very much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Loving this kingdom family, loving this great kingdom conversation, loving your comments that you're leaving under the posts. It's really inspiring me to keep on keeping on. So thank you ever so much. This would be a good time for me to encourage everyone to subscribe to the channel, like the post, click the like button, comment on the post. Leave a comment. Once we finish this recording, you can leave a comment. And of course, share the good news. Those of you that are joining me live can utilize the chat box as your virtual voice. And I want to ask you to please do this because it really does help in terms of how many more people can be exposed to the channel, to the content, to the conversation. And it is my deep conviction that there are millions of believers around the world who are looking for this conversation, don't quite know where to find it. So you can help them to find it by simply liking the post, leaving a comment under the post, and of course subscribing to the channel. So I love you all. I am enjoying this particular series. It's the Master's Plan, Invest to Increase. We are looking at God's success system, God's style, God's strategy, God's own success system, which is simply as follows. God plants what he wants to produce. God sows what he wants to grow. He seeds for future need, and he invests where he wants to increase. And this is his style. This is his strategy. And this is the success system that's available to believers. It really is the mindset of a smart investor, the mindset of a smart investor, which in the agricultural world would have been the farmer, fundamentally, who sowed seed for a future harvest, invested seed into the ground for a future harvest. And that's the mindset we're trying to adopt in this particular series. It's such an important mindset. And I know that you've already been blessed. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, you look at the previous episodes to kind of get even more context to this concept. But see, God has a way of materializing his idea, manifesting his intent. When God wants to manifest something in the earth, he does it by a process. And the process is the process of seed, time, harvest, and seasons. Seed, time, harvest, and seasons. The seed speaks to the potential of the thing, and the time speaks to the process. So you submit your potential to a process. The harvest speaks of the produce or the product. So submit your potential to a process. The process produces the product, and then seasons speak to purpose. And because to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And so it's very important that we sow, that we invest in season, on purpose, intentionally, strategically. It's a very powerful principle, and we've been unpacking it week by week in this particular month. Right now, I'm going to take it to a whole nother level, and I'm going to operate a little bit as a life coach here today. So if you're excited about the session, if you're excited about tonight's session, please light up the chat box. I'm going to utilize my sound effects throughout because that's how we roll. Today, I'm going to talk about your financial personality, knowing, understanding your own financial personality. And I think it's important that we look in the mirror, and that we become very honest about our financial personality, because you simply cannot manage what you will not measure. You simply cannot manage what you will not measure. And if you want to manage it well, then you need to measure it right. And so if in fact you are going to renovate a house, then the worst thing you could do is simply put a new layer of paint on top of old layers of paint. What you want to do is you want to strip it right back to the bare wood, to the bare material, whatever it is. And then you want to start building in layers. And that is why the process of renovation is an ugly and uncomfortable process, because it involves subtraction and division before any addition and multiplication. And that is, in fact, the mathematics of creation. Like if you look at Genesis 1, you will see that God divides and subtracts before he adds and multiplies. God divides and subtracts before he adds and multiplies. That's worthy of a sound effect. Whoops, here it goes. Yep, worthy of a sound effect. So God divides and subtracts before he adds and multiplies. And when it comes to renovating your life, reinventing your life, re-engineering your life, reimagining your life, there's going to be this process of dividing and subtracting before any addition or multiplication. And so we're going to look at our own financial personality, and we're going to try to determine whether or not we are spenders, primarily savers, primarily wasters, or primarily investors. That's right. Don't be switching off, and don't get mad at the bishop because I'm preaching good. Let's go. So we're going to kick off with some context for the concept. I'm going to talk about beliefs and behaviors. the purpose of money, the four personalities, purpose-driven prosperity, and then I'm going to ask you a big question. So let's give context to the concept, right? Money is liquid, all right? So we often refer to money as liquid. We refer to cash reserves as liquidity. And money is called liquid for many reasons. Primarily, it's made to move. It's made to move, and its value is in its movement, not in its stagnation. So money in a treasure chest on a desert island has no value. But that same money in a marketplace where goods and services are available in exchange for it, that money now has value. And its value is realized at the point of exchange, when it is exchanged for goods and services. And so money is liquid in that it's made to move. So if you just simply put money in the bank and just kind of leave it there, all right, then you're perhaps not understanding the nature of money. The bank does, because they're going to move it. The minute you put it in, they're going to move it, and they're going to invest it, and they're going to lend it out at a rate of interest, and they're going to put it to work, and they're going to keep the lion's share of the profits, of the returns, and perhaps give you an interest rate, which for the most part typically doesn't even beat the rate of inflation, the rate at which the money is losing its purchasing power. So it's important that we understand and begin to think of money as liquid and as liquidity. But the other point is that because money is liquid, it takes the shape of the person holding it. Woo! That's worthy of a, yeah. Money is liquid and takes the shape of the person holding it. And this is why, there's some people who have misread and misinterpreted certain passages of scripture, like, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And they've concluded that money itself is evil, that money is inherently evil. They've looked at the scriptures which say that you cannot serve God and mammon. And they've concluded that money is inherently evil. Well, actually, money is liquid, and it's good liquid, right? It's good liquid. So, yep, I said it. Yes, I said it. Money is not inherently evil, and it is not inherently neutral. It is inherently good, all right? It's inherently good, and we know this because gold is the universal symbol of wealth, and in the earliest passages of the Bible, for example, Genesis 2, we are actually told that the gold of that land is good, right? So the power to purchase is good, right? Inherently. Would God want you to have the power of purchase, to have purchasing power? Of course he wants you to have purchasing power, all right? Because there are things, there are products, there are services in the marketplace that would seriously add value to your life, mission, ministry, organization, operation, assignment. But if you have no purchasing power, then you have to do without. And then the people that have the purchasing power, they get way ahead of us until they ultimately kick us out of the game. So money is inherently good. God wants you to have purchasing power. But the warnings have to do with the character and the personality of the person holding it. The warnings have to do with the character and the personality of the person holding it. Because the money as liquid will take the shape of the person that is holding it. Which is why what we have to do is we have to get in financial shape, right? We need to get in the best financial shape. And we have to develop a financial character, some financial convictions, and a financial personality that makes the very best use of money. So that when money arrives into our lives, it's going to be translated, it's going to move in the direction of a prophetic destiny. It's going to move in the direction of an anointed assignment. It's going to move in the direction of a generational platform. It's going to move in certain directions because of the character and the personality of the person holding it. Somebody need to be screaming in the chat box, because this is stuff I just wish I heard years ago. And sometimes I wonder why it took so long to come into this knowledge. But I am here, and I'm here on time, and I'm here with you. So right now is the only time we actually have, and it is God's appointed time for you and I to really explore these ideas. Getting in financial shape starts with an honest assessment of where you are. An honest assessment of where you are. A what? An honest assessment of where you are. So we have to stop lying to ourselves. And we have to stop justifying destructive behaviors. We have to stop excusing ourselves. We have to stop playing the blame game. We have to look at ourselves not as victims, but as actually the people who have power to change outcomes through choices and decisions that we make. So that's the honest assessment of where you are. So the big question here is, what are you like with money? What are you like with money? Like, if we drop money into your hand, what happens to you? What happens to the money? Where does it go? So years ago, I was doing an in-person seminar, right? A live seminar in a hotel for students and clients, and it was even public. So people came out to the seminar. It was great. And so I asked people to imagine that they had been given £1 million, right? So it was in the UK. Imagine you'd been given £1 million, or you suddenly inherited £1 million from a relative you didn't even know you had, but you've suddenly come into £1 million. So I asked people who felt like they knew what they would do with that £1 million to come up and begin to list on the board what they would do with the £1 million. And several people came up and made a list of everything that they would do with that £1 million. And there was, some amazing stuff on there. Someone was going to buy a house. Someone was going to buy a house for their mum. And then someone was going to buy a car. And then someone was going to take a long holiday. Going to quit their job, take a long holiday. And people were going to do all these kind of things. Now, this was years ago when £1 million was a lot of money, right? So people made this list. And when they finished making the list, what we were able to show is that 9 out of 10 people, if given £1 million today, would be poor again this time next year. They would be down to nothing because their list was a list of liabilities that they would purchase with the money. And they were going to purchase all of these liabilities, and the money was clearly going to run out. It was going to be gone within a year. For some people, it would have been gone within a month. Within a month, they would have been in the same economic bracket. The difference being that they would own some depreciating assets, what they thought of as assets, but actually they would own some liabilities. But they'd be running out of money, and they'd be back to square one in no time. So the question is, what are you like with money? What would you do if you suddenly, were gifted or inherited or won £1 million, dollars, euros, whatever? You've suddenly got £1 million. You've suddenly got 7 digits in your account. What are you like with that? So here goes. We are creatures of reason, okay? We human beings are creatures of reason, and we are creatures of habit. So as creatures of reason, we do things for reasons that make sense to us at the time. Like, our behavior is always governed by, driven by, enabled by a set of beliefs. We do things for reasons that make sense to us at the time. And if we do them often enough, they become habitual, so that we don't even need to have a reason why we do certain things. We simply do them because we're creatures of habit. We do them because we've always done them. We do them because that's how our family has always done it. We do it because that's how our friends do it. We become these creatures of habit, and we tend to absorb the beliefs and values and lifestyles of our peers. We are creatures of reason and creatures of habit. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because your personality, your actual personality and what you're like with money is going to be based on some beliefs you have about money, and it's going to be based on some habits, some financial habits that you have either inherited or that you have embraced. And because you have these beliefs and these habits, then this is what you're going to do with your million. Even if, you're in this live session with me and you turn around and say, oh, I would invest X amount, I would this. That's what you're consciously saying, because you're in this setting where we're talking about investing, we're talking about long-range goals, we're talking about sowing, reaping, seed time, harvest, and seasons. Yes, but outside of that context, what would you do with the money? What you would do with the money is based on your beliefs about money and your current financial habits. That's what you would do with the money. You would do with the money what your beliefs enabled, justified, encouraged you to do with the money. You would do with the money what you have always done with money, because this now is your financial personality. Now, when it comes to behavior, I've got here 3 things that are important. Number 1, all behavior moves towards a goal. All behavior moves towards a goal. I'm going to say it again. All behavior moves towards a goal. So whatever you're doing, you are doing in pursuit of a goal. The goal typically is to avoid pain or to obtain pleasure. This is the pain-pleasure principle. It's the principle of the stick and the carrot. How do you move the mule? Well, you move the mule either by the stick or by the carrot dangling in front of the mule. This is actually why we do what we do, right? We do things for reasons that make sense to us at the time, but we're moving towards a goal, and the goal is either to avoid a painful experience or to obtain pleasurable ones. And that behavior is always based on a belief. That is a set of assumptions. And a belief is simply a sense of certainty. So when you feel certain about something, that now is your belief. Most of our beliefs are based on assumptions. They're not based on investigation. They're not based on examination. They're not based on any justifications. They're not based on evidence. They're typically based on assumptions. So we behave, our behavior is based on beliefs, which are typically assumptions, and unconscious habits, which is tradition. So when I ask you what you would do with the million, the true answer is you would do what your beliefs about money tell you to do, and you would do what you have habitually done. That is, unless we have an intervention that breaks this pattern, that interrupts the pattern and breaks the cycle of financial defeat. And what we want to do is interrupt the pattern, right? We want to question the assumptions. We want to break the habits and create new habits so that we can have a financial personality that makes the best possible use of money that comes into our hands. Can I hear an amen from somebody? As someone need to be screaming in the chat box right now, because this is good. Our belief systems are responsible for our behaviors. To change the behavior, you must change the beliefs that justify them. Okay, so our beliefs about money justify, excuse, explain, and enable our financial behaviors, whether they are constructive or destructive. So if I'm going to change my financial personality, I'm first going to have to address and arrest some of my financial beliefs, my beliefs about money. Because lasting behavioral change occurs at the level of belief. It does not occur at the level of behavior. Like if you want to change your pattern, if you want to change your habits, you must start with your beliefs, because if you believe different, you will ultimately behave differently, because all of our behaviors are belief driven. So let's get to some beliefs. What is the purpose of money? What is the purpose of money? Now, so I'm going to look at 4 answers to this particular question, but each of these answers constitutes a paradigm, a way of thinking, a personality. And each of these answers actually constitute a hole in your money bag, because they all involve money leaving you without anything coming back. And this is why the people, 9 out of 10 of the people who listed what they would do with the million, this is why it was clear that they would be poor again in no time, because actually their beliefs about what money is for led them to do things with money that can only take money away from you and never bring any back to you. So here's, at the lowest level of economic status, most people believe that the purpose of money is to pay bills. Now, this is typically the employee who lives check to check, paycheck to paycheck, and who lives on credit. Their mindset is, the mindset of the 7 dwarves in Snow White, right? The 7 dwarves in Snow White, they said, I owe, so off to work I go. I owe. That now, and the mindset is, look, the reason I'm going to work is because I got bills to pay. I got to pay these bills. I got to pay the rent. I got to pay the mortgage. I got to pay the car note. I got to pay the insurance. I got to pay the school fees. I got to pay the this. I got to pay the that. So I got to make money so I can pay these bills. And this is the main objective for people at the lowest level of economic status. Now, I didn't say the lowest income. I said the lowest level of economic status. Because if, in fact, the only purpose of money for you is paying bills, you are at level 1. You are at the lowest level. You don't have an investor's mindset. You don't have the investment paradigm. You are not able to practice seed time harvest seasons, because your idea is, look, the purpose of money is paying bills. And people like this are absolutely shocked if there's a little bit more money left over after the bills are paid. And when there is a little bit more money left over after the bills are paid, they say, well, hey, let's go out, let's splash out. Let's go out, let's splash out on a big meal. Let's have a good night out. Let's go on a holiday over here. Let's do this, let's do that. Because subconsciously, they are actually uncomfortable with having disposable income. Like, it don't make sense. Something's wrong. Something's wrong here that there's a bit more money in the account. Better spend it quickly because it shouldn't be there, right? And I know that for so many of you hearing that, like, oh, no one thinks like that. But if someone want to be honest with me today and say, look, for many years, that's how I thought. I literally worked to earn money so I could pay bills. That was the only reason I even wanted money. Is the only reason I needed money was to pay bills. And once the bills were paid, if the bills were paid, I was happy. And if there was anything left over, then I'd splash out on some luxury. Be honest. I'm going to make it worse then for those of you who say, oh, I never thought this way. I'm going to tell you that the majority of churches teach this particular financial personality. The majority of churches encourage and foster this financial personality. The majority of churches drip feed to members a toxic theology, yeah, I said it, a toxic theology that actually induces this particular state. Because what they teach is that, look, you need to be content. You need to be content, right? And you know, what you can believe God for is to pay your bills, is enough money to keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food on the table, a vehicle in the drive, and kids going to school. And that's all you should be believing God for. That's, you know, if you have financial ambition beyond that, well, you know, you're so earthly minded, you have no heavenly good. If you have financial ambitions beyond that, you need to question your sanctification. You need to question your spirituality. You need to set your affection on things above and not on things of the earth. And you need to lay up for yourself treasure in heaven where moth and rust does not corrupt. Again, all these passages taken way out of context, but this is what people are drip fed. So they have the mindset that money is to pay bills. Okay, the second answer is to enjoy life. This is about enjoying life. The reason I want to make money is so I can pay my bills and then just enjoy my life. What do you mean by enjoy your life? You mean, well, what they mean is I want to go on holidays. I want to see the world. I want to, I want to wear nice clothes. I want to enjoy a few expensive recreations. I want to do things. I want to spend it. I want to spend it on temporary gratifications. There you go. Enjoy life. And again, there are versions and renditions of prosperity teaching that have led a lot of people to believe that that's why God wants to bless you. He wants to bless you so you can wear nice clothes, drive nice cars, live in nice neighborhoods, in nice houses, and travel the world and do great things, because the purpose of money for these people is enjoying life. Number 3, the purpose for some people is security, right? Security, and these people are fundamentally savers, right? So they're going to save money, right? They're going to get money, save as much as they can, save any disposable income because they're obsessed with the rainy day. Oh yeah, obsessed with the rainy day. Rainy day is coming, tough times are coming, and I need to have a safety net. I need to have some security. I need to build this financial fortress so I can protect myself against what's coming in the future. These people are typically risk adverse. They will never take a financial risk, ever. Because their mindset is, look, the reason I need money is for security, because things can happen in life. And when things happen, money can solve it. So I need to have money easily accessible, quickly accessible, liquid capital in a savings account with an interest rate that does not beat the rate of inflation. I need to keep this money in the bank even though it's losing its purchasing power month by month, year by year, because that's your belief about money. It's for security. And then there are others who actually believe that the purpose of money is to buy status symbols, right? So these people are going to go out here, buy a luxury car as a status symbol, buy, designer clothes as a status symbol. They're going to buy some accessories, jewelry, accessories as status symbols, and they're going to run around with these status symbols. Now, we kind of see that, and we've all seen that in certain cultures, right? Where people have come into money and all of a sudden is big diamond chains, big diamond rings, and the big cars and the big house and the big clothes and fashion, and everything's about looking large, right? We then later found out that a lot of these people did it from the advance that they were paid on sales that they didn't make ended up owing the record label money, ended up owing money, went bust, lost money, went bankrupt. And it's because these people believed that the purpose of money had to do with increasing your status. Lord help me now. I'm trying to be kind. I'm trying to be kind. They believed that it was important for them to impress people that they didn't like. Okay? And so they invested their money into impressing people that they literally did not know or like. People who would add absolutely no value to them, people who would never purchase a thing from them. They decided that their mission with money was to impress those people. And they got quite disappointed when they figured out that these people are not impressed. Yeah, your boat can be a little bigger, your jet can be a little bigger, your house can be a little bigger, but people that don't like you for reasons that are their own. And so this is a problem. So each of these paradigms is a bag with holes. Haggai 1 verse 5 to 6. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord God of hosts, consider your ways. You have sown much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. And what this means is that you can have the kind of a financial personality that no matter how much money we put into you, there will be nothing to show for it in the end. No matter how much God makes available to you, with the wrong financial personality, you are the bag with holes. And whatever we put in, it's going to leak out. It's going to fall out. It's never going to be enough. And we'll never be able to see anything for the investment. So let's look at these financial personalities. And the question is, what are you like with money? Because there are 4 financial personalities that we want to expose today. We want to explore today. We want to understand it today. And we want to make some decisions about who we want to become. And if we want to become the person that God can entrust with great resources, then we're going to have to start the renovations at the level of belief and purpose and values. We have to start the renovation at a deeper level so that we become the personality, the person who can do the best things with money and get the best results. Becoming the person is always the order of success. Be, do, have. Be fruitful, do multiply, have dominion. That's the order, the kingdom order of success. So we need to make it a priority to become the person that is financially intelligent, commercially sophisticated, financially literate, and capable of making great choices, smart choices and decisions with money. So here are the 4 personalities. Number 1 is the spender. The spender. Hey, big spender. So let's look at the spender. So the spender uses money to pay bills and to buy necessities. So what a spender does is they say, look, the purpose of money is to pay bills and to buy the things that we need. Therefore, I'm going to work, give my time for the money, I'm going to get the money, pay the bills, buy the things we need. And all I am is a spender. Now, even if we double your income, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to create more bills, pay the bigger bills, and create more needs and buy the bigger needs. If we triple your income, all you're going to do is change your lifestyle, use the same money to pay bigger bills and to buy bigger necessities, because your personality, your financial personality is that of a spender, because your fundamental belief is that the purpose of money is to pay bills. All right, number 2 is the saver, right? The saver. And this person uses money to build a safety net against a storm. So what is going on with this person? This person believes, this person is paranoid to a certain degree, but this person has a belief that something is going to go wrong in the future. And therefore they are building against this something that could go wrong in the future. And the person is fundamentally risk adverse. Now, biblically, right? Biblically, the steward with 1 talent was a saver. Yeah. Whereas the other 2, the one that had 5 talents and the one that had 2 talents in the parable of the talents, they were investors. So they did take a risk, a calculated risk, of course, not a reckless risk. They took calculated risks. They invested the money for return on investment. And Jesus said to them, well done. I'm going to give you more money. I'm going to give you even more power. I'm going to give you even more resources to manage, because you've demonstrated that you can manage my money in such a way that it produces more money. But the one steward who had the one talent dug a hole and put the money into the ground and buried it and covered it over. And his reasoning was, look, it's possible that we'll lose the money. And because it's possible, if I took the money to market and lost the money, then you wouldn't even get back, what you gave me. So what I'm going to do is give you back what you gave me. So I'm just going to keep your money as a saving. Now, so the saver is always driven by fear. Now, did Bishop say that it's wrong to save? No, he did not. Is Bishop a financial advisor? No, he is not. Anything you ever do with your money, you should take professional financial advice. I'm sharing with you my own opinions based on my understanding of Scripture and life experience. So the reality is that the saver is full of fear fundamentally. And whereas I think it is important that you have savings, right? A pot that is set aside for rainy days, I also think that it's crazy to take all your disposable income and to bury it in a savings account where it is not working for you. It's working for the bank, but it's not working for you. So there's the saver. Then there's number 3, the waster. Who is the waster? This is the person that uses money to buy luxuries and success symbols. Okay? So you're still living in your mother's house, but you have the nicest car in the neighborhood. You're still, living in the bedroom in your mother's house, but you have designer clothes and fashion accessories, and you are all about ego over essence. You are profane fundamentally because your values and priorities are all mixed up. You want to look rich, and you've prioritized looking rich over actually becoming rich. So you're now wasting money, okay? So you've got disposable income, but it's literally being spent on temporary gratifications, imaging, and making statements and proving points and photo ops and all of this stuff. That's a waster, okay? Now, and if you double their income, it will simply double the waste. If you triple their income, it will simply triple the waste. Same is true of the saver. Double the saver's income, it will double the savings. Triple the saver's income, it will triple the savings. That's all it's ever going to do. Investors, on the other hand, investors use money to make more money by putting the money to work, right? So they will take of their disposable income, okay, after the bills are paid, after there's a significant sum in savings, They'll take the disposable income and they will begin to explore investment opportunities. Okay. Now, they may invest in stocks, company stocks. They may invest in bonds. They may invest in currency. They may invest in real estate. They may invest in commodities. They will explore opportunities to grow the money, and they'll start making investments in order to beat the rate of inflation. In some cases, just a hedge against inflation. In other cases, it is literally to multiply their money. They'll invest in their own business. These are people that are going to not just leave money in a bank. They're going to leave in the bank what they need in a bank, but then they're going to take the disposables and they're going to start investing it and putting the money to work, because they have enough long-range vision to know that if I do this early enough and if I do this often enough, the day's going to come when I can live luxuriously and comfortably off the income from my investments. Luxuriously and comfortably off the income from my investments, so that I'm now genuinely retired from things I don't want to do anymore, but I'm still earning the money and living the lifestyle, whether I go to work today or not. This is the vision of the long-range investor. Now, key question for you. Key questions to determine your financial personality is, number one, why do you want more money? Why do you want more money? And now it's about being honest, because for some of you, the answer is, because I'm in debt and I need to pay off my bills. That's your answer. Guess what? You're a spender. Number two, what is my first impulse when I make new money? What is my first impulse when I make new money? Well, we need to be honest now. For some people, the impulse is to upgrade lifestyle, right? The immediate impulse is to upgrade lifestyle. You are a waster, a spender and a waster. And likewise, for some people, the initial impulse is, well, just stick it into savings, right? Number three, bottom left, would more money lead to more assets or more liabilities in your life? Okay, so in other words, if I got more money, would that create more assets or would that create more liabilities? Would I own more assets? Would I own more liabilities? Now, an asset is anything that makes money for you. A liability is anything that takes money from you. So there are a lot of things. They may look the same. One's an asset, the other's a liability if it makes money for you. So someone said, oh, luxury cars are liabilities. Not necessarily. You buy a luxury car and then rent that car out to where it is making more money than it costs you in terms of the monthly note. That car is an asset, right? And there are people who buy their luxury cars from the income they get from the asset of the cars that they rent out, that they do private rentals with. So the question is, would more money lead to more assets or more liabilities in your life? And if you can honestly answer the question, okay, it will begin to reveal your financial personality. Here's the fifth one. If I made $1 million today, how much would I have left in a year? Now, if you're honest about the answer to that question, okay, it's going to reveal something about your financial personality. Now, why am I addressing financial personality so hard tonight? I'm addressing it hard tonight because most of us were trained and raised to be spenders and savers. Virtually none of us were trained and raised to be investors. So the school system, the factory school system, often our parents, with the best wishes and with all due respect, often our communities and cultures that we were raised in, taught us to be spenders and savers. Like the highest economic status would be that of a saver. But fundamentally, we were trained and raised to be spenders and savers, whereas the rich were trained and raised to be investors. And it is very sad and very suspect that you could go through the entire factory school system, right, and come out of it knowing little or nothing about investing, investments, or becoming an investor. you can come out of it with absolutely no goal of becoming a smart investor. You come out of it and have to literally re-educate yourself in terms of financial literacy, in terms of financial vehicles, financial, opportunity, and you literally have to educate yourself to figure it out. Why was the subject mysteriously missing from the curriculum? Well, let me do it again. Why is the subject mysteriously missing from the curriculum, given the fact that by every conceivable metric, the earlier you start investing is the younger you will retire rich, okay? That if someone starts investing young enough, while they're still a young, vibrant human being, they'll have income in the millions and the opportunity to live on the highest levels of life. Why is the subject missing? Because the objective in the factory school system, it was not to create a level playing field that gave an equal opportunity to everyone in the marketplace. The objective was the mass production of a slave class, the mass production of wage slaves, okay? Job-dependent wage slaves. And given that the system is really a factory for the mass production of job-dependent wage slaves, the last thing they're going to teach you is how you could be free from wage slavery through the power of smart investments and becoming an investor or becoming an entrepreneur. And the reason you become an entrepreneur is because the entrepreneurial journey is the one most likely to deliver the disposable income you need to become a smart investor. So the end game for an entrepreneur is investing, and entrepreneurship is the vehicle or the route, because it can deliver sizable disposable income in the form of profits, okay, that allow you to access the world of financial investments at a higher level. The spender and the waster have no long-range goals or generational vision. I'm going to deal with that in the next session. The saver doesn't understand inflation, doesn't understand that your money is losing its purchasing power. And the rate of inflation is the rate at which it is losing its purchasing power. Okay, so that what $1,000 can buy today, it will not be able to buy that a year from now. What $1,000 can buy today is much less than it would have bought a year ago. So unless your money is invested in an opportunity that promises a return that beats the rate of inflation, you are losing money. Savings are important as a bridge over troubled waters, but they should not be confused with investments and creating lasting wealth. The only people who will retire young and rich and energetic are the investors with long-range goals. They will live large and comfortable off the income from their investments. All right. A lot of this I'm going to deal with in the next session. So let me just say that my new masterclass, the Success Streams Masterclass, is absolutely a breakthrough revelation when it comes to God's own success system for God's entrepreneurs. If you're one of God's entrepreneurs in whatever business field or sector you are, I will reveal to you a pattern and a principle in the Word, and I'll back it up by best practice in business today as to exactly how you can grow and scale that business and experience the success and realize the dream of the freedoms that the business is meant to give to you. You don't want to miss the session, and if you really don't want to miss the session, you need to take advantage of the opportunity using the link in the description beneath this video. And before you go, please watch these adverts right now.
Attention God's entrepreneurs. Did you know that there is a success system deeply hidden and encoded in the stories of the Bible? The system works 100% of the time for people who work it, even if they work it unconsciously or not realizing its spiritual roots. Join the Business Bishop for a masterclass in God's success system and discover how to turn your opportunities into outcomes, your ideas into incomes, and your passion into profits. The Success Streams Masterclass includes step-by-step training on the system and comes with additional bonus courses by the Business Bishop. Perhaps you've tried everything else. Now try God's way and watch the same power that took Israel from slavery to mastery take you from the pain of poverty to the pinnacles of prosperity. Are you ready? Click the link in the description to find out more or to secure your seat.
Hey there, entrepreneurs! If you enjoy the teachings of Bishop Wayne Malcolm, I've got something amazing for you. Introducing the New Breed Community, an exclusive online platform for kingdom-conscious entrepreneurs, professionals, investors, and creators. This isn't just a community, it's a movement where we discuss and explore kingdom concepts. Here, kingdom-minded people connect, share, learn, and grow together. Inside, you'll find exclusive content from Bishop Wayne Malcolm, including special sessions just for members. And the best part? It's free to join. The New Breed Community sits on the Heartbeat platform, where Bishop Wayne Malcolm is excited to meet you online. Join us for weekly Q&A sessions with Bishop Wayne and get exclusive insights that can transform your life. Love to read? Join our book club to feed your mind and spirit. Got a prayer request? Post it and let's lift each other up. Have a testimony? Share how God's goodness is shining in your life. We're more than just a community, we're a movement. Discover the powerful relationship between your profession and your purpose. Join us now on the Heartbeat platform. Connect with us and let's grow together. Bishop Wayne Malcolm and the New Breed Community are waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? Hit that join button and step into a world of connection and growth. A warm welcome awaits you. See you on the inside.
Yo, it's time to rise, wake up from your sleep. Bishop Wayne's got the guidance, the wisdom runs deep. Subscribe and like, let's spread this truth loud. Comment, share it wide, let's stand tall, be proud. Kingdom coaching, we got the plan. Success principles, grab a hold and take a stand. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bishop Wayne's teaching, we're climbing the stair. In the kingdom of hopes, together we'll thrive. With biblical truths, we'll keep dreams alive. Elevate your mind, shift that identity. In the marketplace of life, claim your clarity. Rule in the midst of the trials and the gloom. With faith as your armor, watch blessings consume. Stand firm, be bold, let your light be known. With each step forward, you'll claim your throne. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Bishop Wayne's teaching, we're climbing the stair. In the kingdom of hopes, together we'll thrive. With biblical truths, we'll keep dreams alive. So rise up now, don't let this pass. The kingdom awaits, it's time to amass. So rise up now, don't let this pass. The kingdom awaits, it's time to amass.